Instead of having a non-interactive panel, we will have what we hope for is an interactive discussion. So we'll have here Diana, who will be leading the discussion, and please ask about any possibilities that you would like to suggest, or any, there isn't such a thing as a stupid question, right? So because we would really like to collaborate at as many levels as possible as a university with the external public and private sector. So the word is yours, Diana.
We can start by introducing Louise, who hasn't really been here today, and give some comments from your side.
Well, yes, I have been here today.
Yeah,
all
but
day.
Haven't been on stage.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, for those of you who are still here, like I said before, I'm the managing director of Kalmar Science Park. We facilitate an incubator and also a science park for more established companies, and also a cluster for digital business and digital services like e-commerce and other digital services, but also now primarily trying to focus on e-health, because we have this big myndighet, now I forgot the word for that. Anyone? Authority, thank you. Within e-health, moving from the capital of Sweden to Kalmar, which is a very, very interesting situation. It will have an effect on the whole life around Kalmar within the companies, but also, I would say, a great effect on the university. So really looking forward to that. We work together with around 70 to 80 companies that are part of Kalmar Science Park and or the incubator. So I'm here today. We have had some companies with us that already had some very interesting contacts. And we are here to, have our aspects on this very important area. I mean, big data is, for me, the future. We can do a lot of things. It opens up for new innovations, new services. But also we have quite a journey to make, especially when it comes to the companies. Not all, but many, to understand what it's all about. And finally, the interesting part, I think, with Kalmar Science Park is that it's owned by a municipality, Kalmar kommun, with the purpose to find all these interesting companies, but also, but not least, interesting collaborations between the university and the society and the companies around us. So this is an excellent example of that, I think.
So it's a few brave souls that are still here, mostly researchers and our loyal troop in the back from overseas. I think today has been a way of starting up the collaboration for big data, and the project that has been presented during the day is just to show you what kind of competences and interest areas that we have. So we have everything from astronomy to diabetes to nuclear waste and etc. And as you've seen, there is some core competences that doesn't really matter what kind of topic that we have. Like a few people have mentioned ILIR, for example, today. So I thought I had to do it one more time. But this is just what has come from the inside of the university. But the researchers are also more than happy to listen to your ideas and what you would like to cooperate around, as long as it's something that both parties are interested in. It's many different possibilities, and Venf showed you in the beginning possibilities of meeting up for workshops, discussions to see what we can do together. We have the seed funding, so we can explore an idea and then maybe find project money to work in a deeper way. And it's mostly been about cooperations, but within the research projects or within projects, we also need to buy services from companies. So you can also be providers into the projects. Because, for example, yesterday we had a pre-session with just the researchers. And it turns out for the humanities, for example, what they would like from the computer science department or from visualization is not research related in that way. It's more just help to visualize or understand or work, and it's on a more basic level. So instead of taking up research time for that, it could be possible to buy those kind of services from companies instead. So this is also a possible way of working together. And we haven't really focused on that here today, but I just want to let you know that we're open for different ways. Because it might be hard for, if you're a one-person company or a small company, to come and join a big research project.
Can I say something? Thank you. I like challenges, and in Kalmar Science Park we really want to address those, and as I said before, open innovation is a fantastic thing to work with these kind of questions. So if you have the opportunity, just participate in any open innovation situation you can, because then you will have this multidisciplinary situation in a natural way, and that you will find yourself thinking over boundaries that actually not exist, I would say. Because today we have heard so many interesting talks and speeches, and you can categorize them if you want to, but from my point of view, this is a subject that is important for everyone, despite of your interest area or what you actually do. So we try to work with open innovation sessions in our science park, and I know all around in Sweden, also all around the world. And I think it's a perfect way to mix academic people and people from companies and try them to talk the same language or speak the same language, because it's difficult. I'm a researcher myself in the beginning from the computer science area within information security, so I've been where you are now, but now I'm representing this bridge or this triple helix effect between these three worlds, which is a challenge, actually. And you know it's like that. But so I hope that you can participate in one of these sessions. You just contact us or any other science park in that's close to you, because that's what we're here for, to facilitate these meetings. Have any one of you been in such an open innovation session? No one. They are very interesting. We heard an example of Tetra Pak before, and they have, together with another science park in Lund called the Ideon Science Park, it's the biggest in Sweden. They had an open innovation session about how they had to fold their packages in a new way. So then they had this meeting, and they thought that who are the best people in the world to fold things? Origamists. So they contacted Japanese origamists and took them to Sweden in this open innovation session together with academic people from the digital world, from other branches, and then they had a fantastic result. I mean, you can have this fantastic extra effect from these sessions. So I'm not going to talk about open innovation anymore, but you get my message, right? Be there. And then finally, we heard about an important thing that Magnus Mörstam said about hybrids. And I think this is something that we all need to be better at, to act like hybrids in this system. Then we have maximum output effect from everything we do, more or less.
Mm-hmm. And for those of you who read the program carefully before today, you saw that there was 2 sessions that were taken out. It was one about open data, and that was because we got pretty concrete ideas, but with varieties from the municipalities. The municipality in Växjö have been talking about a strategy and how they would like to work with open data, and their IT department has found a way of how they can provide the rest of the municipality with working with it. But for them, it hasn't been a real interest from the core departments about what to look into. But just in the recent days, they have been thinking about, can you, instead of doing the citizen questionnaires that is a fairly low rate that answers, and see, could you use open data to get the same kind of answers from that, would make it more reliable. It's not just a few people answering, and it doesn't really depend on what mood they are just that specific time when they're answering it. So that they have asked a question to SCB, Statistiska centralbyrån, about an interest of cooperating and waiting for a reply back. And we discussed this a little bit with companies here, or municipality here as well, with Kalmar, and also with some researchers. And we have at least a few researchers that are interested from the beginning. And I hope that more will be, so we will have a workshop on that topic during the spring. Hopefully in maybe February or something like that. Then we've had interest from both Smart Housing, Småland, and from Goda Hus about seeing for the building processes, because when you build houses, etc., you gather tons of data and information, and you use it during the building process, but you're not that good at using it afterwards. And how can we become better at it and using it in new ways that could help? So that would be another area that we will discuss. The people that are from the building department within the big data project are not really interested in that area, but there are other people that has interest for that, and we have those kind of competences with the rest of the university. So when ideas come up from here, even if we don't have those specific researchers within this big data constellations, we can bring them in, because most researchers are interested in cooperating and finding cooperations in different ways. And then Magnus presented a few different ideas that have come up with his discussion with companies, both here regionally but also nationally. So hopefully we can have 1 or 2 workshops with them as well. So we are very, very open. If you have any ideas, anything you would like to do, please tell us. And if you have anything that you want to say now, or any ideas that hasn't been lifted today, anyone? Please feel free, or comments about how have you felt? Was this what you expected or not? Do you think you can have any use of what you heard today? Anyone? No.
I just wanted to say that when I was listening to Peter Mann, and he talked about using it all in the service industry, I think that's very interesting, and it should be followed up really with a strategic time plan. Because as you said, it's the hotel industries, and as you said, open innovation, there's so many things happening in the service industry, and the customers of the service industry are becoming more and more competitive, more and more demanding. Loyalties are at a low. You have Trivago and Momondo and all those things who are giving you packages. So there's lots that can be done with the service industry in mind. So I think that should be a definite follow-up if you have something in plan. And I would be interested to join in. I'm a customer behavior person, so.
Anyone else? When I asked if you had any use, there was some nodding here. Anyone who wants to say something? Now everyone is looking in completely different directions. I'm not going to force anyone. But as you saw in the initial slides for today, when it comes to cooperation with the university, in most cases, apparently I'm the contact person, and you all have my email address, since I'm the one who's been sending you reminders and telling you about changes and everything. And I am most sure that most of the researchers will be more than willing to share their presentations, so I will gather them somewhere and send you a link where to find all the information. And the whole day has been videotaped, as you saw, and it's been live streaming, but will also be available to look at later on. So if you had any good things or any presentations that you thought was extra good, you can share them with your colleagues and other people and in your networks. And I really hope that we can find good ways to work together, even if it doesn't matter if it's thesis work, if it's research projects, if it's open innovation or something else. Does the father of all this wants to say something as a closing?
Well,
I see you as the father of Lisa. You want to say something, Vel?
some closing remarks.
Well, I should have an opinion of being a father of something beyond my 2, 3 kids. Anyway, I'm really pleased that you all came here and shared your ideas and your brain capacity. I'm sure the speakers gave their very best to invite everybody of you, and maybe not every single piece of information resonated with every person in the room. That's how it is at bigger events. I hope you could pick some grains of gold, made some connections, made some good starting points for future collaborations. If that would happen in the future, I would be very happy and happy with the day today. We're keeping our fingers crossed for the Vice Chancellor to give us the green light for the DISA at Linnéuniversitetet University Center, making a lot more things becoming possible. And in whether this happens or not, regardless, we are open for taking in your ideas and getting in contact with you guys. Thank you for coming.
And one more thing, I'm going to take the liberty of, since you all attended a conference on the topic big data, we have a big data newsletter, so I'm going to take the liberty to add all of you to the newsletter. In case you don't want it, you can sign off later on, but there we're going to keep you updated, so if we get a green light, you'll be the first to know. If it's, we're not going to think about that, but if you'll find out what will happen other ways, and I'll send the link to the portal that Peter was talking about, and that's the main source of information around this topic. And if you have anything that you want to contribute with, please let us know. Okay, thank you.